My oh my, the OCG never fails to let me down. So what is up, guys? I'm Comfort here. We're going to be smashing through, well, OCG Thursday yet again with the help of Lundrati. Lundrati actually loves going through these deck lists, constructing the most interesting stuff that they can find on Twitter. And man, oh man, I'm not going to lie to you, some of these even caught me by surprise. So what is going on with new Malefic support? I think this deck is nuts, actually. So if a field spell is face up on the field, you contribute this card to special summon one Malefic parallel gear from your deck, and then you get to add a Malefic monster from your deck to your hand. And then if you would banish a monster to special summon a Malefic monster from your hand using its own procedure, you can banish this card from your field or graveyard instead. So literally, this just sets up for our boy Paradox Dragon, which, I mean, one card tribute with a field spell is insane. Now, of course, they got a banish to recruit 2, which is fantastic. This is the one that now allows Malefics to basically have multiples exist on the field, and it also activates Malefic World from your deck, which it's kind of crazy. They actually did this correctly. They updated the support, adjusting, I think, the right way to definitely make Malefics better than they actually are. So we have 2 copies of Blue Eyes Malefic. I think a few people will be like, well, why are you playing this? You have to banish a Blue Eyes. Well, our boy Paradox Gear makes it so we don't have to banish a Blue Eyes for that. Triple copies of the Cyber End. Of course, we are going to bring the targets to remove for this because, you know, super easy. We don't really care. Triple copies of the Paradox Gear itself. Like I said, this card is nuts in this deck. Triple copies of the original Parallel Gear. This card isn't so good, but I mean, it still gets you there if you really need to. So, 1 copy of Rainbow Dragon. We are bringing the hard brick for this guy, but that's fine. No reason not to do it. Triple Stardust Dragon, once again, we're going to bring the target for this because we can do it. Also, this will protect your field spell, which is pretty cool. And then we have 1 copy of the super badass boss monster that you will be bringing out for no reason, but you also have to draw this card, which kind of sucks. 1 copy of another brick. 1 copy of Allure Darkness. I think 1 of is fine. You don't want to turbo too hard into the deck because, I mean, you are packing a lot of bricks. 1 copy of Feather Duster. 1 copy of Malefic Divide. Just target 1 Malefic monster in your graveyard, special summon, ignoring its summoning conditions, but negate its effects. Also banish it during the end phase. So whatever you bring out, you can kind of just remove and not have an issue with. Triple copies of Banish 2, Search 2. Triple copies of Malefic Territory. Once again, allowing for multiple Malefics to exist on the field is really good. Like, especially being able to attack with them. Like, I think this card is nuts. We have triple copies of Malefic World. This card's still kind of bad. 1 copy of 1 for 1. Seems pretty good. Triple copies of Extravaganza just for additional draw power further into the deck. We have 1 copy of Melody of the Awakening Dragons. I mean, hell, searching for whatever we want essentially is really good. We have 2 copies of Trade-In just to get rid of some bricks that we might encounter. 1 copy of Malefic Clawstream, activate only if you control a Malefic monster, select 1 card your opponent controls and destroy it. Just 1 for 1 removal. 1 copy of Malefic Tune, if a face-up Malefic monster you control is destroyed by battle or your opponent's card, you can draw 2 cards, and if a face-up Malefic you control is destroyed except by battle, while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card to add a Malefic monster from your deck to your hand. So, searchability, all in 1 card. Like, this card's really good. We have 2 copies of Skill Drain. The extra deck, we have 1 copy of Link Karibo, 1 Gustav Max, 1 Shirakust Dingrisu. We have 1 copy of Ultimate Falcon, 1, 2, 3 Stardust, 2 Malefic Paradox, 1 Leo the Keeper, 1 copy of Despot Jet, just because we can, 1 copy of Onimaru, and triple copies of Cyber End Dragon. Side deck, we have 2 copies of Bringatops, 1 Phantasme, triple copies of Maxi, triple Gamma, 1 Skullmeister, 1 Brick, 1 Skill Drain, and triple copies of Waking the Dragon. Honestly, this is probably one of the more interesting things I've seen come out of the OCG, and I gotta give it to them. Like, Malefics with the new support actually kind of seems viable. Next up, we're going to be looking at a little bit of love towards the Cyberse deck. Now, of course, you probably are going to want to include Salamangreat cards in your deck because they are also Cyberse, and also the fact that Cynet Codex actually kind of allows this to all happen. So, if a code monster is special summoned from your extra deck to your field, you can target 1 of those cards and add a Cyberse monster with the same attribute from your deck to your hand. But for this turn, you cannot add other monsters with the same attribute to your hand with the effect of Signet Codex. So basically, this just kind of goes, okay, cool. Start climbing the Code Talker ladder, grab additional Code Talkers, or grab additional pieces and continue overlaying. So this deck is pretty cool just for the power that it kind of grants itself. So we have triple copies of Link Slayer, just special summons. Triple copies of Lady Debug, a Stratos. One copy of the Code Radiator. Once again, just being able to link with stuff in our hand is pretty good. One copy of the Gadget, getting the special summon a level 1 or basically one level 2 or lower monster in the graveyard, and then get a token also for link summoning is really good. 2 copies of Gazelle, 1 copy of Code Generator, same thing, linking with the hand. 1 Spinny, 1 Foxy, 1 copy of the Sea Archiver, 2 copies of Ash Blossom, 1 copy of Cyberse Converter, triple copies of Maxi, 1 copy of the Link Infra Flyer, triple copies of, once again, Link in the hand, 1 copy of Dot Scraper, 1 copy of Feather Duster, 1 Soul Charge, triple copies of Signet Mining, send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard to add 1 level 4 lower Cyberse monster from your deck to your hand. This card is going to make Salamangreat even crazier when we actually get this, and it's kind of crazy that they actually just gave this deck its own Rhoda. It's good that it's level 4 or lower, because I think some crazy plays that we could do with this deck would be pretty nuts. We have 1 copy of Signet Fusion, 1 Monster Reborn, triple copies of Called by the Grave, 1 copy of Signet Optimize, triple copies of Codex, 1 Salamangreat Sanctuary, and 2 copies of the Signet Conflict. When a card says spell speed 3, negate stuff, I'm on board. The extra deck, we have 1 copy of Link Kribo, 1 Link Devotee, 1 Link Disciple, 1 Valenix, 1 Talkback Lancer, 1 copy of Clock Spartoy, 2 Code Talker, 2 copies of Transcode Talker, 1 Xcode, 1 Shooting Code, 1 Encode, and 1 copy of Crusadia Avaram, and 1 Chimera. Side deck, 1 Sphere Mode, 1 Gamma Seal, 2 Brinketops, 2 Phantasme, 1 Gumblar Dragon, 2 Mind Control, 1 copy of Mystical Space Typhoon, 1 Signet Optimize, 2 Unending Nightmare, and 2 copies of Red Reboot, wrapping this up. So, that is Cyberse. And this deck wants to do so much, it takes so much to get there. You know what I mean? Now, the last deck we have for today is For Hire Salamangreat. And when I first saw this, I was like, what are we doing here? Like, why is this good? Well, it all revolves around Ib being able to, when she's synchro summoned, literally grab this and start your journey. It's pretty crazy, actually. It's kind of cool just to see like how much is being incorporated into the Salamangreat engine itself, and just how successful, you know, the little engine is seeing play right now. It's unfortunately that this deck is just kind of spam monsters, produce stuff, go, but you know, to say the least, it's still good. So let's dig on into this bad boy, shall we? We have 2 copies of Ash Blossom, 1 copy of Beat the Bladesman for Hire, 1 copy of Marksman for Hire Dampa, triple copies of Draco Net. When this card is normal summon, special summon 1 level 2 or lower monster from your hand or deck. So you actually use this to get into the brick. The brick will make Ib, which will go search for this, as we go on our merry way comboing off. It's so dumb. Reason why, I don't know why if this will take off in the TCG. Hopefully, we'll see. But I mean, we don't have things like Needle Fiber, so it's not that great. And we also don't have Ib yet. So we have 2 copies of Fantastical Dragon Boy, 2 copies of Ogre, 1 copy of Jet Synchron, 1 Corruptor Ibly, 1 Olion, 1 Tracker and 2 Wielder, 1 copy of Raphael, 1 copy of Recon, 2 copies of Gazelle, 1 copy of Spinny, 1 copy of the Strategist, 1 Guard Dragon, 1 copy of Justia, triple copies of Called By, 2 Ripple copies of Signet Mining, 2 Emergency Teleport, 1 Monster Reborn, 2 Twin Twister, 1 World Legacy Guard Dragon, and triple copies of Impermanence. Extra deck, 2 copies of Saruja, please limit this card to 1, 1 Link Kribo, 1 Unicorn, 1 Mermaid, 1 Cerberus, 1 Pisty, 1 Alpi, 1 Agripane, 1 Fulgo, 1 Needle Fiber, 1 Shooting Riser, 1 Ib, 1 Crystal Wing, and 1 Boral Savage Dragon. Side deck, we have 2 Lancia, 1 Crow, 2 Brinketops, 1 Phantasme, 1 copy of 2 Cosmic Cyclone, 1 Twin, triple Red Reboot, 1 Judgment, and 2 Mourning. Wrapping this up. So that's all I got for OCG Thursday today, guys. Please Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. Remember, tomorrow is Market Watch, best day of the week on this channel, and we'll have more discussions throughout the weekend. All right, guys, I'm out.
The ride never, well, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a truffle shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out Vanquil40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.